Hey everyone, welcome back for another deep dive.
Today, we're going to dig into something that I think we all deal with at work at some point or another.
And that is this idea of managing up.
Yeah,
Got some really interesting material from you all on this topic.
absolutely.
And I think it's going to really change how we think about.
These tricky conversations that we have with our managers sometimes.
I agree. So, managing up can sound kind of,
Intimidating a little bit.
but it really just means.
Proactively building a strong working relationship with your boss
Right.
and making sure those interactions are actually helpful, not just another source of stress in your day.
Which, let's be honest, can be easier said than done.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, it's one thing to say, oh yeah, be strategic. It's another thing to actually do it.
For
One
sure.
of the things that the material pointed out.
Was how natural it is to want to vent to our manager when something goes wrong.
Yeah.
Like they're the problem solver, right?
Totally.
So it's almost instinctive to go to them for comfort.
And a plan when a project goes sideways.
Absolutely.
You know?
It's that primal need for support.
Almost like a little kid looking to a parent for reassurance.
Right.
But in a professional setting, constantly leaning on your manager for emotional support.
Can backfire.
Yeah.
It's almost like they want us to come to them with a problem.
But only if we also have a solution.
Right.
Like, don't just dump this on me.
But like, we can figure this out together.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's, I think, where this whole idea of reframing those conversations comes in. I love how the source put it.
They said it shouldn't be a listening, hugging, and accepting session.
Right.
That's not what your manager's there for.
Yeah,
They have other things to do.
exactly.
So how do we kind of like shift gears then?
From this kind of like venting to what the source called strategic problem solving
Okay, well, the material highlighted a few super practical tips, I think.
to help reframe these conversations.
Okay.
So the first one is to actually prepare beforehand.
Don't just barge into your manager's office with a laundry list of complaints.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
Instead, what you want to do
Is jot down the problem that you're encountering
and then brainstorm at least 3 potential solutions.
and be clear about how you can contribute to each solution.
Oh, that's good.
Like really come with solutions in hand
That's brilliant.
because it shows initiative.
Right.
Yeah.
And a solution-oriented mindset.
Which I would think any manager would appreciate
Totally.
if someone came to them, not just with the problem.
But actually with a couple of different ways to solve it.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And it's even in how you frame the problem.
So instead of saying something vague like, this project is a mess, you
Right.
could say, I've identified X roadblock in this project.
And I see Y and Z as potential solutions.
Which one aligns best with your overall vision for this?
Wow.
It's different.
It is so much more powerful. It shows that you're not just there to complain. You're there to collaborate on finding a solution.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it feeds right into the next tip.
Which is focusing on the solution.
Not dwelling on the problems.
Right.
Like we've all been there,
Oh, yeah.
ready to launch into a dramatic retelling of the latest Office saga.
Oh, absolutely. By focusing on solutions, you're demonstrating your problem-solving skills and your commitment to moving forward.
Right.
And then lastly,
A small thing, but important.
be mindful of your manager's time.
Right.
Oh, for sure.
They're busy too.
So respect their schedule.
By being prepared and keeping the conversation concise.
Yeah.
Don't-
That's their time.
It's so tempting, though,
Sometimes when you go in there,
to just be like, let me tell you this whole story and
Yeah.
then this happened.
Yeah. It's tempting, but
Try and keep it high level.
yeah.
Just the important stuff.
Okay, so let's imagine a common scenario.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're facing a tight deadline,
And a coworker
is not pulling their weight.
so tempting.
You go to your boss and be like, oh my gosh, let me tell you about this coworker.
This is what they're doing.
Right.
They said this.
They did this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
It's so tempting.
Okay, but imagine instead walking in and saying,
Something like, hey, I'm having a little bit of a challenge
and you can even name the coworker.
on this project.
Brainstormed a few ways to get us back on track, and I wanted to get your input. It's
Complete game changer.
totally.
Right.
And I think this whole conversation really highlights
This idea that managing up effectively,
isn't about
avoiding these difficult conversations, approaching them strategically.
and collaboratively,
Absolutely. It's about building that strong working relationship
becoming a more effective problem solver.
and ultimately making your work life a lot smoother.
And who wouldn't want that?
Exactly. Sign me up.
Right. All right, that's our deep dive for today. We'll see you next time.